Hey guys, I thought I'd come to you with something a little bit different. Today I'm not doing a broad topic, I am in fact talking about a specific card, and that specific card is Vanity's Emptiness. For those of you who have been out of the loop for a very long time in Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the card effect. It's a trap card, it's a continuous trap card. Neither player can special summon monsters. Destroy this card when a card is sent from the deck or the field to your graveyard. Okay, this is really good on so many levels. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure those of you that do know are getting very bored right now, but this card is worth a lot of money. It got a reprint in the Legendary Collection 5Ds and it is still worth a lot of money. The secret rare from the Legendary Collection 5Ds topped at around £50, I think, at one point. So I'm just going to go through my reasons why I personally think this card is very toxic for the game. You may have a different opinion and that's totally fine. You may like the card, you may have spent a load of money on the card, so you don't really want this kind of hate on it. You're like, I deserve to have this card. I paid like £25 for a common or whatever. That's totally fine. These are my personal opinions, why I think this card is really good and pretty toxic. Number 1. This card has no cost to activate. This card stops summons whenever you want during your opponent's turn, and it has absolutely no cost. The cost is meant to be that you yourself cannot special summon. However, the way of getting rid of the card is so easy, it's just when a card is sent to the graveyard. So it's very, very easy to get rid of it on your own during your turn. However, during your opponent's turn, it's not so easy to stop. I mean, even when you're looking at some of the really broken cards that have got put to one or banned, they do have costs. Now obviously Solemn Judgment got banned due to the fact that it has a varying amount of life point cost. It says half of your life points to negate anything. Right, well Vanity's Emptiness does not negate summons, it stops them from ever being able to take place in the first place. Solemn Judgment, you pay half of your life points, which granted isn't good enough for it to be here, but it is still a cost. It's still a cost to activate this card and to stop things happening. Granted, it's a broader variety of things that you can negate, but I think Vanity's Emptiness, because it's so flexible and is at 3, I think the fact that it has no cost is ridiculous. And the problem with the cost of Vanity's Emptiness, well, the fact that it doesn't have a cost, is also that a card that stops this and allows you to get your summons off is MST. And I think it would be great if MST actually you could target another card on your opponent's side of the field. Vanity's Emptiness would not activate and therefore would go to the grave. Vanity's Emptiness would therefore come with some sort of risk in that they would have to go -2 cards on their side of the field, you know, if you target a set spell trap that they have. They would then lose Vanity's and they would lose that spell trap face down. But the way that chaining happens means that you have to target Vanity's Emptiness. Your opponent's going minus, or they're going minus. They're going minus in that they have to lose their summon, or they're going minus in that they have to use a mystical space typhoon. Number 2, this is a portable, flexible Christia, basically. Now we all really dislike Archel Christia, or at least we did at some point. I know when I first started playing Agents, which was my first deck, everyone hated me for playing Christia because negating or stopping special summons from even happening is really, really good. And it's also really, really annoying. So how would you feel if you could suddenly create a Christia during your opponent's turn after they activate, say, Shaddoll Fusion or something? It's just really, really good. It can stop anything happening because it's a trap, it's chainable, it's so flexible, it's at 3, it's so flexible for your own needs. Number 3, this card has forced people to change their playstyle. And what I mean by this is people are now starting to have to make sure they side or even main things like MST because it can get rid of Vanity's Emptiness. People are also having to be way more cautious when they start making their plays and making their summons start to try and happen. You can complain that this is good, people being more cautious. You can also complain that people tend to have traps that actually protect their monsters. Things like Lance, etc. They actually protect their monsters in the first place. But if your monsters never even get to hit the field, it's kind of a different matter, you know? And therefore it changes people's gameplay. It makes people have to use Trapstone early in their turn, etc. Makes people have to use more Wiretap, even though Wiretap is very greatly used at the moment, etc. Number 4. Have you seen a tournament winning deck profile at the moment that has not run 2 or 3 Vanity's Emptiness? Anything that becomes a staple, a really good staple, is toxic and it needs to get hit, basically. And it will get hit. I genuinely believe this card's gonna get hit. But the thing is about cards like this, or about Mirror Force when it was being played at 2 and 3 in every deck, when Soul Charge was being played at 2 or 3 in every deck, although I genuinely think Soul Charge was used less than Vanity's Emptiness actually is in tournament decks. Except for Infinities, they just went triple on that thing. I believe that the fact that this is being used in every single tournament winning deck at the moment is ridiculous, and I think it's proof that the card is way too good and that it has to be changed. Personally, I think this card is going to go to 1 and then maybe get banned. I will always compare this card to Solemn Judgment because that's what I think it's like. It's a really, really nasty, not even negate summon card. So you gotta side in your MSTs just to get rid of this one trap that stops all of your hard work. And I wouldn't feel so bad if this was actually an archetype card. Unfortunately, it's not. It's not specific to the Vanities, and it's kind of therefore too general. Sure, Artifact Phantom you can say is really good, but that's good because it's for artifacts. Shadow Fusion is really good because it's for Shadows. And Fire Lake of the Burning Abyss is good because it's for Burning Abyss. They suit the playstyles, but when you get these cards that are being used at 2 or 3 in every single deck, it's not good. So I was wondering if you guys wanted to give your personal opinions on Vanity's Emptiness. Do you think it should get on the ban list? Do you think it's an okay card? Do you think we just have to adapt to it? Or do you think it should get hit and Konami should step in? I personally think it should get hit because it's a bit toxic and it's not very nice. But I would love to hear your opinions on the matter because that would be a very interesting discussion topic. So drop me a comment or a message on my page, www.facebook.com/RescueCatDuelist, and I will see you hopefully every week for another discussion video or for a duel video. I haven't uploaded many duel videos at the moment and I apologize for this, but hopefully there will be more in the future. Rescue Cat Duelist out!